this weird bevel thingy here. I'm not sure what that is. Let me go back to this. I'm going to reload the page just to make sure that it gives me my cone shape. There we go. And if you look here, we have like all the different levels, and there's literally 11 levels on this particular one, and you can look at each individual one of the levels in the process as it goes all the way up to the very top. And so we have all these different shapes, and basically it's just stacking them one on top of the other to create this dome, or to create this cone. Okay. And it tells you it takes 589 cubes to make this whole entire thing solid. Now you can make it hollow if you wanted to. It's kind of up to you and how you want to do it. But this is basically the one we're going to be using for this tutorial. But you can. I'm going to hopefully have these links on the actual YouTube channel as well, so you'll be able to check it out. But we're going to basically follow this pattern all the way down through all the different levels. And let me go ahead and click on all these things so that they'll be open for me to grab a hold of. And but this is basically what we're going to be working with, and this is just for a width, height, and diameter here of 13, 13, and 13. And I can literally come in here and I can modify this and change the shape of it however I want, like just like so. And you can see that the number of cubes change as I increase and decrease and all that kind of stuff. And this actually goes up pretty high. But we're going to do a little smaller one, but to make a big one it works in the same fashion, but I'm going to be using a smaller one just for the purpose of this and for time purposes. So we're going to be working on all this, and like I said, I kind of messed up on that, and when I changed the shape it reset all this stuff here. But I'm going to open up all these things so I can see them all. And I'm going to be dragging this over to my other monitor so I can see them and be able to lay them out. And there's a reason why I'm using this website to basically form the shape than to do it by hand, just because this right here gives me exact dimensions that I need, and it'll come out really smooth when I use my smooth tool on it. So let's go ahead and get this started, and I'm going to drag it over to my other monitor so I can be able to visually see it here. And we're going to Alt-Enter back into the game here. And let's go ahead and start this off. And my dimensions for this is 15 by 15 and with a height of 15. So let's go ahead and make a base first that is 15 by 15. Right here. Let's bring this up like this. And let's go ahead and just grab this whole entire thing here. And Dan's telling me there's a much easier way to do it, but I like doing it this way. This is actually pretty fun actually. And I'm going to come here into the center. There is my center point. Let's go back to my add tool, and I'm going to mark it. And I think this is probably my center point there and my center point there. So I have my beginning marker points to kind of work for. Take my add tool, and I'm just going to start making that first shape based off of the image. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to come out to a point. And after I've created that one side, all I've got to do now is I can make sure that you're actually filling the gaps on this, because if you don't fill in, where these two meeting points, make sure you're filling in this area like that. because if you don't give this some support on the inside of it, it will basically just crumble apart when you're actually finalizing it. So, or smoothing it out, excuse me. So we're going to do something like that. And I'm going to copy this section, copy it, paste it, mirror it, paste that one in, mirror it, paste it, mirror it, and paste it. And that's pretty much our first layer there. Let's go down to the next one. All right, so from here we're going to come in one and we're going to lay down 5 in a row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do the 5 over here. We're going to do 2, 1, 2. And that's pretty much the layout for the next line. So let's go ahead and give it some thickness. And I'm just going to give some more structure on the inside of that. And I'm going to grab right here in the center and drag over to the center over here, copy it, paste it, and we'll just kind of rinse and repeat all the way across like this. If I can get this all kind of lined up at least. Kind of messed up on that one, didn't I? I messed up it again, didn't I? Get in there. Have I got an extra voxel in that or something? No, I don't think so. I got a voxel or something that's off, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Center to center. Paste. Oh, I had my rotation wrong, and that was my fault. Duh. There we go. All right, so there's layer 2, and it's just a rinse and repeat on this. You just follow whatever the guidelines that they have pretty much say on the particular website, and we just keep on doing this. We're next start back at 3, and we go 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And then we just build up our back wall section here. Like this. Okay. I'm going to try to do this as quick as I possibly can and get this all kind of set up. So there's the next level. Alright, so now we go back to the way we were doing it before with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're coming out with a straight point. 1, 2, 3. And then we build up the back section. I'll give this a little bit more on that. And it gets faster after you get the first section up there. So, all right, let's get this in here. You can see the kind of structure that is being formed here, kind of as we go along. It's basically rotating in between, 5, 3, 5, and then the next one's going to be 3. So I'm going to drop back in 1, 2, 3. Or actually back up 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on layer 5 right now. And 2 out. 2, 1, 2. And build up the back structure. Normally I don't, put these kind of tutorials, mainly because there is a website that shows you exactly how to do it. But I had a request, and I figured, what the heck, we'll toss it in there. So now we have that. Let's go down to 6. The next one is going to be 5 with a single bump out. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I messed up 1. Let's take that one out. Out. Almost done with this layer. So there we go. There's layer 6, and we're going to go to the next one. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go out to a square. So most of these shapes are kind of a rinse and repeat. It's just a matter of, you know, not losing where you're at on actually creating this stack. But once you actually get this pretty much set in stone and on your placement and getting this all kind of lined up, the website actually helps out quite a bit. I mean, just because it's easier to kind of deal with. I mean, now you can do a quarter of this and then just rotate it, and that also helps quite a bit. There are a lot of different websites you can kind of check out, and each one is a little different. There is one that actually shows it, you know, kind of just hollowed out, so you don't have the inside section. And let's see, that's 7, so let's go to 8. And I think 8 is where we're pretty much going to be going solids from pretty much here on out. You know, we can kind of play with the solid shapes. So we'll fill that in, and then we'll just chop out the edges. Boom, that was done. Let's go on to 9. Let's do the same thing. We're going to grab the wrong tool. Let's grab this, grab that, pull this out, pull it up one, and we're going to make this one solid. And we're going to chop out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That one's done. Moving on, carrying on. Going up to the next level. And this one looks like it goes in just to a square this time. So let me scroll down a little bit more. Yep, this one's a solid. And then we're going to come up one more level. We're going to fill this one in. And we're going to take one out of each corner. Off to the next one. And we're going to grab this center. Oops. Go back to my selection. Grab this center. Move up. Drop that one down. Off to the next one. And it looks like this next section is the exact same. Going to come up. Pop that one down. Moving on, we're going to 14. And on this one, we're going to make a cross. And then the top one is 15. So there we go. There's our cone for a roof. Once you actually get it to this section here, we're going to grab this whole entire thing, go up one. I'm going to grab everything but the top one because I don't want to lose the top. Because there's a chance that it will start deteriorating on me here. So I'm going to hit it twice, 3 times. 3 times looks like about my limit. So I've got this. Now I can take my top, select it. 1. So there's my cone. Now if we did it the other way, let me back up. If I grab this whole entire thing again, pull it up, and then select the whole entire top section, and then I start smoothing it, I get a different result. Now it'll come out like this. So it depends on, you know, which way you want to smooth it out, but there is various different ways, but there is a cone top to a roof. Voila! And that is a 15 by 15 by 15 cone roof. But that was requested by somebody. They contacted me prior to the show and asked me, and I figured, what the heck, we'll do it. A little drawn out, and I probably should have used a smaller cone, just so it wasn't quite as long. But if you take the time, I mean, you can make these huge freaking cones out of this thing, right? But you see, I actually put a base on it, but you can come in here and actually remove this base off the bottom. You actually come in here and delete that out. Kind of however you want to do it. If you wanted to literally give it a border around the bottom, you can take a, let's see if I can find a circle that's about that size. There's an 11. I want something smaller than that. It's 8. There's 7. Let's go with this one and just see what it looks like. You can take a circle and drop it in right underneath of it, like this, like so. Mirror it. I'll copy that whole circle that we created. V to mirror, and let's drop this in right underneath of it to replace the one base that we have in there. And shift click, and I'm going to give it air this time so we can replace it. And it looks like I got a little bit of extra, but that's okay. And that's because I just put an even on an odd, and I don't have an odd set, which I think I can probably fix that here. I can just add an extra voxel on both dimensions of my circle. If I cut that one, paste it, this way, and then cut it this way, paste it. Something like that, and then just come in there with an extra voxel and put it all the way around, and that way I can get a size 15 circle. I'll cut that, and I'm going to Control Z back. Alright, so now I can Control V to paste, and let's drop this circle in the place of that that base piece. Like that, and paste. It gives me a little bit kind of more to play with, and if I can come in here and just fill these voxels in. Oops. Around the base of it. I should be able to smooth this out fairly easily. Something about like that. Select this whole entire thing. And smooth. Just take some playing with, add in those extra voxels. Looks like I missed a voxel right there, but you can actually smooth this out to where it actually comes in fairly decent, at least. And let's go ahead and let me grab that one. That's because of my selection, I think. So, but we grab all. It kind of ignore that voxel. I missed that voxel when I pasted it in earlier, or was putting in all those extra voxels. I can come up here, grab this whole thing, and come into my wood textures. And let's go with the plain wood shingles. Paint that up. And we'll go with it just a plain wood. Paint the bottom. And voila, we have a cone roof. So it actually comes out pretty nice. It's just a matter of taking the time to actually do it. And we have that round base now, which is a 15 diameter circle. And I can take that diameter circle and just make a huge pillar out of it.